Hi there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to another TGIF Talks, episode 63, or is it 62? Do you remember which one it is? I don't know why I can't remember these things anymore. I've gone full cycle with my ability to remember when things are. I think it's 62. It is 62, yes, not 63. Wish it were 63. I am joined by my co-host, Anonymous Phil.
Hello?
And Corona Kyle.
Hey.
Will's not here, and we'll get into that after the intro. So let me pull up
What a shame.
Google thing here and roll the intro.
Wouldn't you like to get away?
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
And they're always glad you came.
Oh, that was that. Wow. What a... Oh, okay. What's going on here? Conference room? There we go. Oh, Jesus. So, these podcasts are broken down into 4 parts. First, we have how our weeks have been, followed by the Corona news, followed by your comments. And then today's 4th random segment is going to be future of the channel as things are starting to warm up here in the Northern Hemisphere. Life becomes easier and things become easier in theory. Anyways, so does everybody want to know what happened to Will today?
Yeah.
I have a quick question.
What's your quick question?
We are 1 year into this pandemic, and you decided that now's the good time to go virtual.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, for one thing, I have the ability to go virtual more easily. And second, the weather and the roads got so damn bad, I did not want to leave my house. And now,
The weather is
as the
beautiful.
weather is getting better, the gas prices have skyrocketed, and now I don't want to drive. Now it's like, I can't afford to drive anywhere. Not that it was too cold or too crappy. Now the gas is too expensive.
Yeah, it's too cold to go anywhere. Now it's too nice and the gas is too high. It
Yeah.
can never get it
I
right.
can't. Like, today I'm like, I probably went home for the last time for the next several months because the gas is too high. Gas is too much. It's too much. I can't. It's almost $3. That's outrageous. I'm sure everybody's in California is like, oh, you guys. It's like, listen, the highest I've seen gas since I started paying for gas is $2.60. Gas is now $2.70. All right? It's too high for me. So,
Yep. Agreed.
I don't want to deal with it. I'm tired of it. So yeah, I can't wait for this $25,000 Tesla because the minute I get a better job, every single dime I don't spend on food and gas and bills is going towards a Tesla.
How much does it cost to refill a Tesla?
It's fractions on the dollar compared to gas.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Because I know that you have to like sit and wait for like 20 minutes or whatever for it to charge, but like let's see how much it actually costs.
Well, that doesn't bother me because like I'm just gonna charge it up at home, drive to work, go to work, do my errands after work, and then go home. If I'm going on a road trip, okay, yeah, I'm going on a road trip, then I'll have to worry. But for the majority of my life, I won't have to worry. And
That
they
is
get
cool.
better mileage than
Wait,
my
can you plug it into like a? So hold up, can you plug it into like a normal like 220-volt outlet?
No. You have to
What do
have.
you plug it into?
So you have to, have you ever been on a farm and seen those generator inputs? Or does your dad have a generator input at your house?
I don't think so.
Well, it's just big plug-in. It's also used for like shop equipment, like a lathe.
Oh, I bet he has one of those in the shed.
Yeah, or like maybe the oven might plug into a big one like this. I don't know if it's the
Oh,
same.
yeah, you're right, yeah, the oven.
It's one of those. I think they're like 440 or something. They're really big.
Because there's like your 120 outlet that you plug in like an appliance.
Yeah.
And there's like the 220. Oh yeah, actually we do have one of those. I think we have like two of them in the garage.
Yeah, but those are probably
Because
for generator inputs. So they're going to be inputting power, not taking power out.
Yeah, they're huge outlets. Yeah.
Yeah, so you need one of those. And that's no big deal. You just tell them, you just pay an electrician probably, what, $500 to probably install that, and you're good to go.
Yep. Hey, can I install that in my apartment?
No.
Would that void my lease?
Probably. Just you're outside, hammering into the concrete. What are you doing there? Installing a power station for my car.
Oh, okay, you're good. Have a nice day.
Yeah, no big deal there. Just,
Nope, not at all.
just, hey, I'm trying to sleep. Screw you.
Whoa, why am I doing it at 2 in the morning?
That's when I would do it. That's when you're not busy.
Oh. No,
That's
I'm
when you have your
middle
most.
of the day, 11 a.m.
That's when you have your most motivation is 2 a.m. Nobody has motivation during the day to get anything like that done.
That is true.
Like at 11 a.m., like at like 2 a.m., right? You're like, I'm going to start dieting, I'm going to exercise. You're going to do all these things. You have all these ideas.
You go to bed, wake up in the morning, forget that.
12 p.m. the next day rolls around. You're thinking about what you're going to have for lunch, and you're like, a Snickers sounds pretty good right now. And then it all goes to waste.
Yeah, facts. That is true.
Welcome to humanity.
Ooh, this meat is so
I am
nice.
eating my chicken, by the way. If you don't know what the hell I'm doing here, I'm eating just the way the timing's rolled up with the live stream.
This hamburger is done but nice.
So, Will today, all right, the schmuck doubled back on him. Did you see that? I mean, did you read the Snapchats?
No? I didn't open up
He was
my
like,
today.
I didn't say anything about agreeing to a podcast today at 7:30. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yes!
We talked about it last week.
Yeah, I'm like, I distinctly remember sending a text out, was it like Thursday, saying, hey, 7:30 for podcast? And he's like, yeah. And then I was like, okay, how about everybody else? And
You need to save that in the chat next time.
I do. And so, like...
Save that in the chat. Because I know for a fact you did.
So, yeah, I said that to him, and he's like, oh, yeah, I did say that. I'm like, you're an idiot. So since he's not here with us...
So what is he doing?
I don't even know. I was told he had some FFA thing, but I don't know what he's doing now. I couldn't tell you. So, now that he's not here, do we put him on probation again?
No, because it's so much better with all of us.
Yeah, and everybody...
All 4 of us.
He is a fan favorite. The fans do like him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kyle.
Oh no, I knew it from the start.
Yeah, you don't join us enough to be considered one.
That's because I work too much.
I blame the man. You slave away for the man too much.
My
true.
managers are females, so.
No. Society is the man. Humankind is the man.
Okay.
Oh,
I guess probably a more PC way would be like the person. But like when you're talking about the man and sticking it to the man, saying man just works better. Because like I'm going to stick it to the woman. That just sounds sexist. I'm going to stick it to the person. Who are you talking about? When you say the man, everybody's like, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yep. Wait, Trump?
I mean, I guess, if you want. I was thinking literally like any big corporate thing.
Oh.
But by the way, any big corporations that want to hire me, I will take it. However, if any big corporations watching this, I will take a sponsorship or just a job.
Phil, what are you doing? Are you like throwing plates?
I'm grabbing dishes to put my taco stuff on.
God, you're loud.
I don't put in the dishwasher.
Cooking is not a quiet process.
I'm not a quiet chef. I'm sure the people upstairs, 3 floors up, can hear me.
Okay, so yeah. So how have you been? It's been a while.
Hell.
Well, enlighten us.
So I don't particularly enjoy my classes this semester. There's probably like
Is
maybe
this the linguistics class?
I don't mind that class. We're actually doing something that's kind of fun.
Artemis?
There's only like one class that I actually enjoy, and that's because my professor is like the same age as all of us, so it's actually enjoyable.
That doesn't sound like a good combination.
It's really fun. Let's see. I work too much. Oh yeah, I get night terrors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so most of the time, my night terrors are physical harm itself, like where I would wake up with blood all over my arms or my legs sometimes.
Yeah, I've
But are
been
you
telling you.
serious?
I've been telling you
Yeah,
to see a doctor.
You might want to get that checked out.
I've woken up with like this really. I still have the scar from it. I could show you next time we meet.
You woke up with a scar?
Yeah, well, I didn't wake up with a scar when I woke up. I woke up with a bunch of blood.
Yeah. That's not how that works. Can you imagine just waking up with a scar? Just like, wait a minute.
I woke up the next morning
In
with a
the
little
time
scar.
I went to bed and woke up, I managed to get a cut deep enough that my body couldn't fully heal it, but yet it did manage to heal it, and now I have scar tissue left there. That's impressive.
That would be terrifying.
That would be terrifying. It'd be cool.
That is the definition of a night terror.
Because that'd be cool, because then you'd be like all the girls like, yeah, I got a scar. I was like, oh, how'd you get it? I don't even know. Like, oh, that's
I went to bed.
I went to bed. I'm that
I went to
hardcore.
bed.
I'm that hardcore, baby.
Yeah.
No, it was like, yeah, I slept for 8 hours. Well, you bad boy.
You got that recommended amount of sleep. Oh.
Oh, you're a dangerous one, aren't you?
Anyway, so this was different. So Wednesday night, I had my first experience of sleep paralysis.
Did you have the sleep paralysis demon?
And for those who are watching, sleep paralysis basically when your body goes into a temporary state of paralysis, or like where you are unable to move, yet you are still consciously aware in a sense. So I woke up and I can't move my legs, can't move my arms, can't move anything but my head. And I remember I could move my fingers, and even that was painful to do. And I don't know here, but when I was in the state, I heard a light knock on the door. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's my dog who wants in my room. But when my dog knocks on my door, it's a lot more aggressive and more scratchy sounding because of his paws. This was like a human knocking on my door, like lightly knocking on the door. And I can't get up because I'm in a state of paralysis. And I just lie there. And all of a sudden, like maybe half a second later, after this light knocking on my door, the whole entire room erupts in like a furious knocking, banging on my wall for like the next minute. Where like my whole entire room is just being knocked. So that was not fun.
I really think you
and I
should see a
woke
doctor.
I woke up the next day and just absolute soreness.
Jesus Christ.
My legs were so sore from it. Because you're not supposed to try to get out of it through like force yourself. You have to like ease the body with breathing techniques. If you try to force yourself to wake up with like body movements, you're gonna like be sore the next day.
Well,
So that was not fun.
Glad I know.
well, are you gonna finally start and try and see a doctor like we've been telling you for the past like year and a half ever since you told us about the
Hell
night
no.
terrors?
Hell no.
Why not?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Another fun story. Yeah. Wow, you missed a lot.
You
One of my
haven't been on in like 2 months, maybe 3. It's been like a whole quarter.
Yeah, you said bring some interesting stories to the table, and I got some.
Well, I'm
Um,
glad because this makes this segment worth it.
let's see. 2 weeks ago, Phil, I think you know, but one of my coworkers, she works for the Catholic schools in Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
She works for one of the elementary schools, and it was snowing. It was Sunday morning, so it's just us two and somebody else. And I go up to her and I was like, "Hey, can I go outside and make a snow angel?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Why?" "Because you're far from what any angel actually is."
Jesus.
And I'm like, "Holy crap!" And I'm
Snow
just
Devil
laughing.
then?
And she said, "There's this old movie where this old movie or book or TV series where the town sacrifices this child to the devil when he comes to town. And that's what we're going to do to you when the devil comes. Because I bet you it's going to be because of you." I'm like, "Okay, I'm down."
Sign me up.
Where do I sign the form?
So you're the next Antichrist as predicted by Nostradamus.
Apparently. Uh,
Yes.
and we just have these type of conversations all the time. And we just joke. She's not one of those like strict Catholic teachers you think that she would be. She's not. She's like has a really funny sense of humor and stuff. And you could actually joke about that type of
Yeah.
stuff.
The
Well,
devil is one thing that it's always okay to joke about.
well,
And Phil, you'll get a kicker out of this. So she's an elementary student. She's an elementary teacher, so she teaches all the subjects. And she was talking about science and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, do you guys teach creationalism or evolutionism?" And she said, "We teach the real science." And I'm like, "What's that?" And she says, "Creationalism." I'm like, "Okay."
I see. That's the problem. So everybody's like, "Oh, private schools are great." Blah 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 blah. Private schools are an abomination. There's no standardization. I hate to break it to you, but science is all about standardization. That's the beauty of science. And so when it comes to, I could go on and on and on about public education and why I don't care how crappy the public schools are in your area. Send your kids there.
Yeah.
You pay for it. Use the damn resource. If you have extra money, then freaking just spend it on your kid's lunch or like donate to the school. Something.
Yeah, give him a nice lunch.
No, like
Yeah.
I mean,
He
like
needs to be the cool kid
yeah,
Most
in the lunchroom.
the kid that brings a
most
T-bone
people who are
steak.
raised-
Wait, what?
Yeah, most
He needs to
people who
be
are
the
raised
kid that brings like Valentino's to lunch.
No, not screw Valentino's T-bone
swear
steak.
to God. Okay, most people who are raised in the Catholic or private system are taught creationalism. But like, I talked to another one of my coworkers. He went to school, and she said she believes creationalism was the foundation. The evolutionism slash Darwinism took hold shortly after
Yeah.
humans gained sentient consciousness.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
That's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
theory. I
That's literally what we believe too.
And like that's what I don't know. I'm more agnostic at this point. I strayed so far away. I need an exorcism at this point instead of a confession.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just
Can we do this for a
Ethan.
video?
Oh,
Yeah.
every 1 million. Instead of me eating like sour candy Corona Kyle gets an exorcism.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes!
prefer exorcism over confession.
Ooh.
Yes,
Who's
I'm
up for now?
down. I'm down. For that video, okay, so if you guys don't know, there's this video idea I've been playing in my head. I'm not going to say what it is. But when it hits a certain markage, we do these events. And that would be his event. That makes that a lot better.
Corona
I'm gonna refill that. I'm gonna refilm that video. I kind
Alright, I'm
of
done.
Oh,
because
good.
I think I said spicy food or getting tased.
Make sure
I'd
you're
rather have
horizontal.
I'd rather have an exorcism at this point. That
I
would be
finished.
fun.
Look at my
Just
big
have
old layout.
all that stuff just laying out. That's
Are you
ridiculous.
trying to sponsor Hy-Vee? Hy-Vee is
I'm sponsoring tacos.
Sponsoring.
Get that name brand out of here. They're not a sponsor.
I wish we were sponsored. Hey, Mission Tortillas, will you sponsor us? You'll have to pay for the beef for the tacos, but that's all right. That
wait.
cost too much. Actually, I
think
bought
that
some corned beef today.
I think that's a good video idea.
It
Corona
w-
Kyle gets an exorcism.
well, okay, yeah, that'll be for the million. That'll be for that video. I'll have to make a note. Let me write that down. So now it's Phil's turn to talk about his week while I write this down.
Well, I had a crazy week. Or more or less a crazy day. Friday pretty much sums up my entire week. Because not much really happened between Monday and Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Well, explain. Yeah. Tell us what happened.
Well, my roommate tested positive for Rona.
See, this is now. I see. I heard that over the little where you guys were talking. I'm like, does somebody have Corona? So I'm like,
See,
Yeah,
everyone's
this
getting
is
Corona
genius.
except for Corona Kyle.
So I'm now quarantined for 2 weeks. I can't go to work or anything, so
Oh,
can't go to class. So stuck here.
yeah. Well, how did he get caught during the random test or did he develop symptoms?
He had symptoms, but it's because he was seeing some girl who had it.
Damn.
He
thoughts.
literally he had a girl over on Tuesday, and she texted him like Thursday saying, "Yeah, I'm positive."
That's the new STD. Damn thoughts. I tell ya, men.
Oh, my hot sauce!
Men. I'm okay. Listen, we need women. All right. It's.
If you're gonna say
it's-
something sexist, I'm gonna mute you. You're
No.
my champ.
No. We need women, and that it's just biological, all right? If we want to reproduce, and if they want to reproduce, they need us. We need them. However,
Can he talk without hot sauce?
I can. However,
I can't.
in this case, if you're dating a hoe, leave that hoe on the corner. Okay?
Oh my god.
All right?
You're being
It-
coronavirus and STD.
I am going to compare it. Because that's all a lot of people get it is from their hoe.
Well, isn't it gonna be like? Wasn't it gonna be like a law or mandate somewhere where, like, you know how you could sue somebody if they don't tell you that they have an STD and you have sex with them and you end up developing an STD, but they never told you? You could sue them.
Yeah, but how are you supposed to know if they found out later?
Mm.
See, that's why making laws about diseases and how you get said diseases and when you get said diseases is difficult. But anyways, yeah. Believe that hoe. Okay? She clearly is not going to be the one you're going to marry. I hate to break it to you because if she gave you corona...
She's the one.
No.
She's the one.
Cut that at the waist, I tell you. Cut it at the waist. Cut it now before it kills you. Wait, you already got corona. It might. Ho-ho! Look at that euphemism if I ever heard one. Anyways, we love women here, okay? Women should definitely be in the workforce. Actually, interesting thing. But this will be for the next segment. I'll share that stat later. Women workforce. Okay. So, okay. So, obviously Kyle's having a very stressful semester. I'm having a very stressful semester. Phil, you're taking the least amount of credits out of any person I know. And I know actually all of my roommates are having a relatively stressful semester.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Mine's
having
very stressful too.
How is yours stressful? What's causing the stress if we exclude the last week when your roommate got the Rona?
How is it stressful?
Well, I mean, like, this last week was absolute hell. And the hell only continues Monday. So, why has yours been especially stressful compared to previous semesters? Because this has been my hardest semester yet.
I mean, it is stressful, but I mean, it's not as stressful as previous semesters. The reason why it's a little stressful because I was rather unproductive the first 2 weeks of school. So I'm just kind of playing catch up and trying to, get back into the routine of things.
Yeah, the first 2 weeks.
That 2 month break really killed me.
Yeah,
So we had 2 months of no school. I was so unproductive. Like I didn't want to do anything.
The 2 months, it wasn't long enough to like get us like it wasn't long enough to the point where like at the end of it we're like, okay, school's coming up soon, we got to get into it. But it wasn't short enough to where our brains didn't have enough time to turn off. Our brains were in like full shut off mode when we got like snapped back out of it. And it those first 2 weeks were really rough. And then starting online of all things, oh my god. Let me tell you. I had this assignment, all right? I had to copy and paste over 440 data points from Google into Excel.
Oh yeah, I saw that story.
And that was just for one graph. I had to make another not a graph, another like chart that had another like 200 data points or something stupid. So this assignment, I don't know how many assignments there are going to be. So we've had 2 assignments, and it's the end of week 5. So we can extrapolate from there that if there's 2 assignments per every 5 weeks, that gives me about 6 assignments, maybe only 5, because, with finals that last week, maybe he won't give an assignment. I doubt it. But that's 6 assignments. And each 5 to 6 assignments. Let's go 5 assignments. In each one of those takes 24 hours of straight working. I kid you not. If you add up all the hours I worked on this last assignment, I bet you it's close to 24 hours.
Oh.
Maybe 12, I guess. 24 is probably over exaggeration. It's at least 12 hours of solid just working. It's horrendous. And 3 of those were spent just copy and pasting damn data points. Maybe, actually, no, sorry.
Yeah.
Half of that was spent copy and pasting data points. 6 hours of my life just doing this.
Control C, Control V. Control C, Control V.
Yeah, because you couldn't highlight a column, highlight a row, and then go and paste it into a whole row on Excel. Excel doesn't recognize that. And so you have to just go copy. One at a time. I had to have data points from 1962 to 2025. There were 7 different categories. Okay, and that was every single year.
What sort of trends did you find?
Nothing I didn't already know, because it's all stuff I've already looked at. So I was just like, oh my god. I was done. And so,
was there these were data points for what?
They were the U.S.'s budget, and so it was the different categories.
Oh yeah, hey,
budget.
What happened during the Clinton administration? Wasn't there we started paying off our debt or something?
Yeah, nothing really changed.
Oh, because I thought wasn't it like we had a net? Our GDP was larger than our debt for the year, and so we started paying back or something.
No, he balanced the budget. He managed to actually cut enough stuff or used tax money to a point where we didn't deficit spending. Actually, fun fact about deficit spending: the U.S. gives 1.2 1.3 trillion dollars in tax returns.
Really?
1.3. Guess how much debt? Oh, this was 2019 before Corona. Guess how much debt financing the U.S. did?
Oh, there's a storm.
Yeah,
I should have counted that. I saw a flash of lightning, and then there was thunder like 10 seconds later.
Really, it's raining. Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it's I am.
I have to probably close my window.
Okay, but answer the question first, though. How much in 2019? How much do you think the U.S. spent on how much debt financing we had to do? How much debt did we build?
In 1980?
No, in 2019.
How much debt do we have?
Did we build? Like, how much over the budget did we spend?
Oh, $3 trillion.
$998 billion.
Wow.
We spent.
I was a little off.
We gave so many tax returns out. And this happens literally every year. We give more tax returns out than we should. And that was just normal income tax. That wasn't corporate income tax.
Mm-hmm.
And there's and the biggest contributors to this, they're only like $200 billion, but still $200 billion, are capital gains taxes on natural resources. That includes agriculture, so I can exclude it for giving it to farmers. But to be fair, farmers are now a part of the 10%, so I'm not really too concerned about them at this point in age, especially after 2021. They're freaking rich. Corn prices are so damn high. So I'm sure the ones that went out of business because they couldn't sell their beef are kicking themselves because, well, their corn is now worth a crap ton of money for no reason. There's literally all these prices. Oil, I guess oil went up, but it shouldn't have gone up this much. Oil went up. Corn went up. All these prices are going up for literally no reason. The economy is doing this. It's going into a nosedive. The stocks are anyways. The economy is kind of crawling back to life. Not really. It's kind of just like, slowly plunging itself in. The country is worse off now than it's ever been. And you can say, oh, Biden did that. Yes and no. Biden caused the oil prices to spike because he killed the Keystone XL pipeline. But that should not have caused oil prices to skyrocket this much because you may think, oh, they stopped oil production. Well, actually, we did. We were only importing oil, so I guess that would explain. But just killing the Keystone XL pipeline does not just cause that. Anyways, so the U.S., so if you got rid of those, that's $200 billion. That's $200 billion we could put back into, the budget to pay off to not have a debt. Okay. There was also another $200 billion or $100 billion or something ridiculous to employers for providing insurance, medical insurance. I'm like, if you just had universal health care, you wouldn't have to do that. Anyways, I could go on and on and on about that.
I wanted to ask, I'm sure this is probably a really simple economics question, but why is inflation good for the economy?
So inflation isn't always good for the economy. In this case,
in which scenarios could it be good?
Right now, inflation would be fantastic. So when you calculate, so when you calculate the formula for GDP, inflation is in there, and inflation, if everything else is crap, can actually really get an economy up and going because inflation. It's not an easy question. It's a complicated question. It involves macroeconomic theory that I don't remember. Basically, inflation in this case would just kind of kick things into gear. Basically, the Federal Reserve, what it could do right now, causing a large amount of inflation right now, not too much, just the right amount of inflation, could be very good. Printing money and getting people to spend that money, that's the key word there. You can print money and cause inflation, but if they don't spend that money, it's not good. That's bad inflation. Good inflation is if they spend that money. So in this case, if the Federal Reserve printed a bunch of money and then told people, here, you can have the money if you spend it. But the problem with that is middle income and high income people are going to spend it on their bills for the month and then save the money that they didn't have to spend on their bills. Well, that defeats the purpose of the money. Low-income people will actually spend the money because A, they need to pay for the bills, B, they want luxury goods because they can't afford luxury goods. They will pay for credit cards. They will do all kinds of things with it. Giving money to low-income people, which I know a lot of people don't like to do, and it's like, oh, it's their handouts, is good. They need it. Yes, there are some people that are a waste and they're just a drain on the system, but I did this example the other day. So there are people that the economy that we pay for to sit at home and do nothing.
We should just give all the money, to Mr. Beast and let Mr. Beast do something with it.
Oh, no. Anyways, so
let his imagination run wild. I'm sure he could spend every last dollar.
I'm sure he could. So, if we there are people in the world, in the U.S., that we pay to have them sit at home. We pay to keep them on meds. We pay them to just basically sit at home. Anything, well, that's a waste. However,
that's what food stamps are, right?
No.
Oh.
However,
they pay you to get groceries. However,
if you can't afford groceries, or you're one of these people that sit at home. But it's a good thing these people sit at home. It's cheaper to keep them on welfare than it is to put them in prison. It's also cheaper to keep them on welfare than it is to let them run amongst the general population. Because when they start to run amongst the general population, say somebody who needs psych meds but can't afford psych meds because he's psychotic and can't hold a job. Okay? But we don't want to lock him in a mental institution because it's too expensive. So we just pay for his meds. Well, say we didn't pay for his meds. Now he's going off and doing crazy, stupid stuff. He's crashing cars, doing all kinds of things, racking up this bill. Say he crashes into a gas station and causes it to explode. Okay? Let's say a gas station earns $100,000 per month. $100,000 per month. And a gas station costs, let's say $150,000, maybe $250,000 to repair. That is $1.45 million that the government, or not even the government, that business or people have to pay for because we didn't spend the few $100s it was to keep him on drugs for the year. You see the math? No matter what people say, like, oh, they're waste, it is cheaper to keep them on government payroll, on welfare and that kind of stuff, than it is to let them run amongst. It's cheaper for society as a whole.
Oh, I also have a follow-up.
Talking about that. The thunder. Don't throw that back there now. I gotta clean that up.
No, I had a follow-up question, though.
Yeah.
So, this inflation, you have people go out, you want them to stimulate the economy by making purchases. Does that devalue our dollar?
I mean, extra money in the economy from printing, it can. However, it depends on... See, devaluing the dollar is an interesting concept because it's relative to what country. It depends on how much the U.S. trades with another country. So, like, right now, the U.S. dollar is strong compared to the Canadian dollar. The Canadian dollar...
Can't you compare our dollar to previous years? Like, in previous years, 40 cents you go buy a movie.
Yes and no. It's hard to compare one year to the next because you have to have a baseline and then you have to keep track of it. It's difficult. Comparing into years past is very difficult. If you ever sit through intermediate macroeconomics, we talk about this. It's very difficult to compare the economy one year to the next because everything changes, and you have to have a baseline at some point so you can calculate for inflation. Yes, it will devalue the dollar, but that doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything?
No, because all it would take is for the federal, because the U.S. establishes what the value of the dollar is. The market establishes what the value of the dollar is. It's not like gold backed, so it's not bound by anything. That's why it can go really sky high and be worth. That's why it can be worth nothing or it can be worth a lot. And so, like right now, the U.S. dollar is very strong compared to Canada, though. The Canadian, I remember when the Canadian dollar was worth $1.05. It's now worth only 70 cents. Because, like, I was watching Linus today, and he was like, after we converted our Canadian dollars to U.S. dollars, I was like, oh, they probably got a good deal on that. And then I went and did the math. I'm like, oh, they got screwed. Usually they end up on top. They got screwed. And so, like, them coming to America is interesting. I would love to see a cost price thing. Because prices in Canada are more expensive than in the U.S. But their money is worth less in the United States. In previous years, it would be worth to come to the United States because their money's worth more. But now that it's worth less, I wonder if it's worth so much less if it's not more beneficial for them to buy in their own country than it would be to come to the U.S. because their money's
So is it beneficial for me to go from the U.S. to a country like Zimbabwe? Would I be like the richest man there?
It won't be the richest man. There are a lot of rich people in poor countries. It's awful.
Could I live a decent life?
Oh yeah. Easily. I mean, you don't have enough money to really do much with it. But I mean, if you got paid, so if you got paid by an American company, say a modest budget here in the U.S., $60,000. That doesn't sound modest. The average GDP per capita is $60,000. The average wage is only $30,000. So he's earning at GDP, which is twice of what normal people earn.
Yeah, see, it'd probably be I'd make a Zimbabwe wage. Because I don't know how you could have a job where I get paid U.S. salary and live in another country. It'd probably be like I get the other. What kind of job would that be?
Doctors Without Borders. Those guys usually don't get paid, or like if you're a marketing person, or if you live in the or if you work at the embassy. Oh
yeah, that might work. Yeah.
You would be rich. $60,000 modest it's a modest budget here in the United States. You can depending on where you live, you're pretty well off. Where we live, $60,000, that ain't bad. Ain't bad. Depending on where you live in the city, of course. If you live outside the city, if you live in the suburbs, $60,000, not too bad. At least in our neighborhood, $60,000 would be very good. My manager makes $60,000.
It's funny you bring $60,000 up. My roommate is dropping out of college because he makes $60,000 a year.
That's a horrible idea because you can always make more.
I know. He could literally make more, but he's like, yeah, no, I'm not really interested. He's a freshman. He's like, I don't really want to go to school. I guess,
but it's going to regret it.
Yeah.
Although we're all going to regret our jobs anyways. Well, at least some of us might. I might not. Just because as long as there's an economy, there need economists. So as long as there's society, I have a job.
Now we're gonna go to John Locke Society about a few years.
Please, no. Henry
paying for himself.
Okay, we're gonna lose Kyle here, so we should probably new segment time. The coronavirus. Okay, let's share my screen. Go live. Oh, hello. Nope. There we go. Can you see the coronavirus cases?
Oh, let me watch the stream. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so 114.36 million coronavirus cases. So actually, this is actually not as high as what was last time? It was like 109. So it didn't even go up that much. There for a while, it's going up really fast.
Vaccines are doing justice.
They are, as are all the lockdowns. 2.5 million deaths. Still very sad.
Oh, Kyle.
What?
Did Dad get vaccinated yet?
What?
Did your dad get vaccinated yet?
Oh, no, because our poopy governor, Ricketts, decided he didn't like teachers and decided to push them further down the list.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Rick gets pushed teachers down further down the list because, well, if you want to go political, it's because he doesn't like teachers because they're liberal and democratic, and Democrats. So he put him down further down the list. But I think it's just because he didn't think they were important enough.
Sad part is this state's one of the best for education.
This state, oh, education wise, yeah, education's pretty good here.
Yeah, so interesting here. The U.S.'s total cases, that's slowed down. I mean, we're still at almost 30 million cases, but that's slowed down quite a bit. And actually, the whole world's slowing down quite a bit. Okay, is there a graph? Can I see a graph or no? I'm not gonna see a graph. Here we go. Oh wow! Look at this. A downward slope. What? We haven't seen a downward slope that high in a long time. Look at these daily new cases. They are down.
Wow.
Look at that. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, didn't like the university report like they stopped like what 80% of like future cases because of the way we're
Yeah, now
handling-
it's all random testing now.
Have you heard the consequences of not getting tested?
Yeah, you lose door access.
No, like, have you heard the other consequences?
Oh, no.
No.
So, if you don't get the random test, you will be fined $100 by the university, and you
What?
will be put on academic probation.
Are you serious?
Yep,
Holy
for the
Wait,
rest
is
of
that if you go to... Wait, but, like, what if you just choose to not go to class or you just want to be on Zoom?
you have to, like, let them know.
Oh, you have to let them know?
Yeah. But then they will revoke your door access and you won't be allowed on campus anymore. Ever again.
Oh, that's crazy.
So you are.
Wait, how do you know this? Did this happen to a friend?
So my roommate was out of town and he couldn't get tested. And literally every day it would scream on him on the app, "Get freaking tested, get tested. Tuesday's your last day. Get tested." He got tested that Monday. But like it was like, "Get tested," and it told him what happens if they don't. It's $100.
Oh, it told him?
Yep. It's
$100.
God.
You lose Dora. So it's $100 and you get academic probation.
And door access is gone.
Permanently?
Well, for the semester.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Do not get tested. Do not ignore that. But I'm like, what happens if you're not in the? What if you're just not in the state? What are you supposed to
Yeah.
do?
That's why
Yeah, like what if you decide to go home to take your Zoom test? I'm sure if you just let them know, you'll be okay. Let them know your circumstances. Like, yo, I decided to stay in my own country and not come to the U.S.
I saw. Well, you can't even leave the U.S. All right, you can't leave. You can't go to another country. Let's be real. But,
Yeah.
Wait, really?
No, you can't.
Wait, no, yeah, you can. I have a friend that left the country.
Yeah,
Went to
I know,
Colombia.
as have my parents, but it's not easy getting back.
Yeah,
Oh.
Biden has like a new travel policy, so it's easy to get out, but it's not easy to come back.
Yeah, and a lot of countries are very stringent once you get there. It is.
And most countries banned Americans because they don't want Americans coming to their country to spread the virus.
Yeah.
Because Americans are,
Yeah, it's no longer the Chinese virus. It's now the American
oh my
virus.
god,
He's not wrong.
you have to phrase it that way. There's better ways to phrase it.
That's a funny way to phrase it.
God. Yeah, the university's being a huge stickler. I don't personally. I like the random testing. I prefer going in like every 2 weeks just to know that you're negative, and like the random testing, I don't like.
I like it. I don't like getting tested.
I don't like.
It's a hard test to study for, okay? I got enough tests to study for. I don't need another one.
Kyle, it was really annoying having to try and go get tested all the time, because it's like I had to
it was
remember
easy.
to do it, and
It wasn't a hassle for me.
it got so damn cold. Like the last test I had to do was my third test or whatever. Oh, no,
Yeah,
I don't want to click on that. I want to get rid of it. Ah, damn it.
that's why I decided to just do drive through. So I do my test, but I just drive there. I don't do the walk up
The
because
drive-thrus are all
Wait,
full, though. Every time
wait, where do you drive through at?
so okay. I go Saturdays at the very last hour because I get off work at 5 and they close at 6. So
Uh-huh.
I drive up to because I go to the stadium location. I drive up and I go around and you go okay. So you drive past it and then you do that little turn so you're on the other side of those buildings and
Uh-huh.
then somebody meets you like they'll stop your car and they're like, okay, just pull up to these random parking spaces and um put on your hazards when you finish your test, and that's all you have to do. It's like a drive-through.
Yeah,
And
Drive-through.
if you can get to them, like
Yeah.
I'm on East Campus all the time, so that's the most convenient. The
yeah,
East Campus drive-through one's full, like constantly.
yeah, that's why
I went to the East Campus one just not too long ago.
The Union
So my
one,
friend tested positive. I just had to go get it tested too. My result came back negative, so I don't have it.
for now.
But for now, but
yeah.
no, I
you
went to
still
the
be a
East Campus
carrier.
one at the
Are
Union.
you gonna get tested again before you go back?
Probably just to be safe.
Yeah. Wait, are you coming to our house?
No, I don't plan on it.
Okay, good. Because Mom made it sound like you're coming over here.
She wants me home because she made it sound because supposedly my boss said that I think if I don't live with him and I have a negative test result, I could go back to work. But
Yeah.
no, I don't think I'm gonna mess with that. I mean, I have enough money in my bank account to last for 2 weeks, so
Because then you're putting us at risk for getting us the virus. Because you're
Yeah.
still a potential.
I
carrier.
could still be a carrier.
You're still a potential carrier until he's negative.
Because
And
I don't know how I don't know, but also I don't know how reliable that testing is.
It's not.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the most reliable is the nose one.
Still is. Always will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you're
So there's still a chance I get a false negative.
well, okay. Technically, you can. Because the whole freaking university was screwing me over. You can go to the health center and the health center only does nasal swabs. So if you go to the health center, they'll do nasal swabs. They don't do nasal swabs at the
Yeah, I know.
other
Yeah,
testing
we
site.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know this.
But the nasal swabs, I've never had one, but I heard they hurt.
They do hurt.
Yeah.
I've had one. They suck.
Yeah, they suck, but they're the most accurate. Though.
Not when I got it. This is back at the beginning of the pandemic. It was awful. It's like, you have a slight fever. I'm like, it's because I was sitting in my goddamn hot car waiting for you to come get me. Like, I'm not used to it being warm. All right, we just got done. You know, it was like May or whatever. It was April. I'm like, it's been cold. Now it's warm. I'm not used to
Yeah,
this.
these temperature Tuesdays have been nice. Get some nice deals at Runza.
Until this week.
Yeah, this week. Well, I mean, this week was still like, what, 50 cents?
Yeah. Usually they don't do that. Usually they go off Nome, Alaska or something. Because I remember one February it was really warm on Tuesday when they took the thing, so they just went off Nome, Alaska.
Oh, there's normal price?
No, they went off of Nome, Alaska's temperature.
Oh, I'm sorry, you said Nome, Alaska.
Yeah.
Oh, so they still gave you a good deal.
Yeah. I don't remember why they did it or what the reasoning was. It was really warm, but if they're giving it to us because it's 50 degrees, I'm a little confused. I don't know. It would have to have been like.
I mean, 50
500.
degrees is still a 50-cent Runza.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, it must have been like, I don't know. I don't know what their justification was. Maybe
It was like 200 degrees outside, so you're gonna end up paying like $2.
Apparently, I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning was, but they have used Nome, Alaska. Yeah. Well, you know, we're gonna get the vaccine before your dad now, Kyle,
Are we?
because they're giving vaccines to everybody that works for the university. I'm assuming that's going to be done here in a few weeks. Then
Wait, you work for the university?
I should really call Steve and ask him if I'm eligible for that.
You
Even
really
though the last time I worked for the university on university hours was spring break of last year.
I'm sure you're not on their payroll anymore. I'm sure they take
Yeah,
you.
No,
no,
I'm
probably
still
not.
on their payroll. I don't think I qualify to get it. But yeah, I'm still technically a university staff member. Which reminds me.
I don't think you are. What?
Yeah,
If you're not on payroll, I don't think you are.
no. Steve told me he's gonna keep me on payroll. Amber said, whenever we need you, we'll call you during the summer. So I'm still technically a university staff member.
As far as you know.
Yes. Well, also when I was trying to figure out that whole email thing, finally got it figured out. They told me you're still registered as university staff.
Wait, what email thing?
The freaking university.
Oh, yeah.
God, that freaking UNO email was just like a pain in my butt, and they took 4 weeks to figure it out just to delete it. I'm like, I gave you all the information. Why aren't you deactivating this?
Well, they probably didn't know how. It's probably something that never happened before, because those people, they signed up for a college, they picked the right one.
No, it was an easy fix for them. Once they figured it out, but like they had to go through all these steps. But yeah, I was like, yeah, we see you're a university staff member. Staff emails take priority over student emails. That's why the University of Omaha email is showing up. Because apparently when I applied for UNL,
You did. Yeah, when you applied for the University of Nebraska, you applied to UNO.
Oh, I applied to UNK, UNO, and UNL.
That's what I did.
Because it was
I never
free.
got.
Yeah, but he accepted it from UNO.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I got accepted into UNO before UNL. That's why. UNO accepted me before.
So UNO accepted me last. But here's the thing. I had a credit through UNO before. And so I had my first UNL email through UNO. And so when it came to getting my email set up, it caused all kinds of problems. Like, there were problems upon problems upon problems. And they could, like, the day the email sign up, we can't figure out what's wrong. Because I'm like, that's because I have 2 UNO emails. I have 2 UNL emails now. You're going to have to fix this. They kind of fixed it. I'm still pretty sure I could go access my UNO email if I asked them. It was a cluster, and it was funny, and it just caused problems. But the thing about UNO is, they sent me like a letter, like a few weeks before I was about to start at UNL, and in the letter they're like, "Hey, you need to do your RC the remember the thing where you went and like got a tour of campus, and like did all the email stuff, got your schedule set up."
NSE, New Student Enrollment Day.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you need to schedule this. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not a student at UNO. I'm a student at UNL. I literally start in 2 weeks. I think I had to email something like, hey, can we get this fixed before they're, like, billing me for things that I don't...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a cluster, because I had this... Yeah, I don't know why it's always UNO. That seems to be the problem. But...
I never applied for UNO. I only applied for UNO. I was considering going to SDSU because they had a nice engineering program.
When you're in high school, they do the UNO, UNK, UNL application.
Yeah, you can also apply to Curtis there as well. I didn't apply to Curtis.
Yeah.
But you could have.
And that's why Omaha accepted me. Is because of that.
Yeah, you were allowed to apply to all 4, and I applied to 3. I didn't apply to Curtis. Could have.
Curtis.
I just
Where's Curtis?
Out in the far reaches of Nebraska, almost in the Panhandle. It's like, you know, the part where the Panhandle and the part of the Nebraska that runs north and south meets the part of the Panhandle that runs east and west.
Oh yeah.
That corner, it's about probably 50 miles. Nah, not that much. Somewhere between about 50 miles ish between from that corner to Curtis. About almost horizontally, maybe a little south. I can't really remember. It's in the middle of who knows where, anywhere. Yeah, so middle of nowhere, that's for sure. Anyways, it was a short segment, and okay. So Corona, since we're still on the subject, I just looked over at my sheet of paper. So my professor was telling me about how many people dropped out of the workforce and just haven't gone back. 11%. So like they were like, of the people that dropped out, there was a small portion that were men, but the vast majority were women. A lot of women
out of the workforce.
that dropped out of the workforce thanks to Corona. And I still don't figure out what were they doing that would. I'm like, are there that many waitresses and stuff? Because like, that's like
Maybe.
the only job that I could think is predominantly female that would be that they wouldn't be able to go back to work. Or wouldn't want to go back to work. Otherwise, all predominantly female jobs, teaching, for example, at a lower level teaching.
Well, I suppose a lot of businesses that have like secretaries that are now online.
Yeah, but they would still. Yeah, but secretaries, they would still be. They would still have a job. They'd just be online. But I mean, I guess.
Was there a reason for them to have a job if everything's online?
I guess.
I suppose they do booking. I suppose it's probably more than just those people in. It's probably just like.
They answered
bookkeeping
phone
stuff.
calls. This
That
is
is true,
bookkeeping. They kept track of appointments and meetings. Secretaries are very poor women get stuck with this demeaning job, but it's a very important job.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, us guys, the high people that work there, they need assistance.
It is an essential. It is an essential part to a well-functioning business.
Yeah, like I said, once Dr. Sheep Inc. becomes a thing, as long as our studio isn't out in the middle of nowhere, I would like for it to be out in the middle of nowhere. But as long as it's not out in the middle of nowhere, I will hire a secretary. I don't care what gender or preference they are. I'm just whoever's best for the job. They're going to get one. They're going to be very valuable. They can answer emails for me and do all that kind of stuff. And I can go focus on script writing or coming up with video ideas and just hosting videos in general.
Yeah.
In corporate America, secretaries are underappreciated. But back to women dropping out of the workforce, it's not good because women are already underrepresented in the workforce. There are more women in America than men, but there are more men in the workforce than women.
Actually, you know what I find interesting though is that I believe it's still true, but the majority gender in college right now is women.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Freaking you! I walk around East Campus. I walk into my classes. I walk into any of my classes except on City Campus, for econ. It's all guys. I mean, it's all girls. It's vast majority. I am outnumbered. And the ones who do well in class, guess what? They're all women.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. However, it's actually, it's been like that for a few decades, for like a decade or so now, for what's going to college. However, the ones that end up getting higher degrees or getting higher up jobs. It ends up being
Yeah.
men. And you ask the
White
question,
male is the, I guess, like the pool that gets paid the biggest salary.
right? And you ask why. And some of it's sexism, unfortunately. It's true. It exists. And we're trying to get rid of it. We need to get rid of it, but it exists.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep,
the
sadly.
real reason is some women still just decide that I'm going to marry a guy. I'm going to go work some simple job. I'm going to raise the kids. It's not necessary. I think my mother earned more money than my father ever did. I think she earned more working at a daycare. I think she did. And that's what she wanted to do. I mean, to be fair, that's what her calling was, to be a daycare employee. But she earned more than my dad. My dad works in menial labor, so it's like hard to say. So it's like you know. But like, if we were to like say like my mom was working a big corporate job, my dad was working at the daycare, for that matter. My mother did not stay home to raise the kids. Granted, she could literally raise us at the daycare. Even though it was against policy, she could still come and check on us. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like... it's not a perfect example, but it's an example.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Or then there's... And so, women don't need to stay home and raise the children. Nobody needs to stay home and raise the children. Nobody stayed home and raised me. Look at me, I'm wearing pink headphones. Recording
But I mean, you can't. But I mean, you wouldn't be wrong to say that would be the life. To just, I mean,
taking care of children is hard work, Phil. Children are
no,
annoying, snotty brats.
No, not the children part. I was talking about just like, just the act of just being able to just do nothing, just have a paycheck or whatever, and just being able to stay at home and do nothing.
Yeah,
kind of like how it is now.
But I
see the only thing that sucks about Corona is you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But if you could go places and have an income that allowed you to work from home, that would be a pretty sweet gig.
Yep, which is what these women who work from home are able to do. That are these housewives or taking care of the children. That's what they do. But I don't think I want to tell them it's not necessary. You don't need to stay home and take care of the children. Children, we got people, we got women and men and women that take care of children every single day, and they do a damn good job. So let's give a round of applause to our daycare workers, because they have a crappy job and they don't get paid enough.
They should be on the dirty jobs.
You know, that would be a dirty job. Kyle, what do you think? Are we right about this?
About what?
About women and
daycare
and like
daycare workers should have dirty jobs.
Daycare professionals don't get a lot of credit. Where they are like the main focal point of a child's progression throughout their like early life, whereas parents only take care of them from maybe 5:30 till 6 or till like 8 a.m. the next morning.
That is a fair point.
Oh yeah.
Where, like,
the majority of their early years, of their waking hours, is when they're at daycare.
That's why when the women that want to stay home and take care of the kids, I'm like, don't, just pay somebody. Don't, go and work.
Yeah, go
have a career.
I feel like that's the other thing. I feel like you kind of inhibit their progression as a child, because I mean, they need social contact and they need other people to be with and relate with. So I feel like they are kind of like hurt a little bit by just being at home with the same people.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to get out there and meet new people.
Yeah, I really, to all the women out there, you know, go get a job. Working's great, and it's great for the economy. The more people that are in the economy, the better. The more that work, the better. So the minute Corona's go over, go apply for a job. You'll go back to school. Get a degree. It can't hurt. It can only benefit. Literally, getting a degree, getting a better job, letting somebody else take
Yeah,
care
but
of the
then what
kids.
about the student loan burden?
Go to the University of Nebraska. It's dirt cheap, unless you're out of state, of course. If you,
Yeah.
hey, tell you what, if you're living in Nebraska, all right, and you're thinking about what colleges to go to, okay, if you want a world-class degree, and you don't want to pay that much, the University of Nebraska has to be one of the. It's a bargain of a degree of a college. All right.
Because I mean, yeah, now that I think about it, we are literally a Big Ten school. We are literally like a name brand university
Yeah, we ain't some
that you can get a degree at.
we ain't some cutthroat, throw you to the curb kind of college. No, 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 no. We're not Rutgers, right? Even Rutgers.
We are a name brand.
The Rutgers may be in the Big Ten, but they are more cutthroat than we are. That could be biasism, but the point is, we are the cheapest Big Ten school. Our prices keep going up, so get there while you can before prices go back up. Before prices continue to go up back up. However, once we get Ricketts out of office, our prices should start to not skyrocket as much because we'll actually start funding the university more, and we'll stop cutting taxes for no reason.
I joke with my friends sometimes, like, imagine if we had a pure capitalist society where literally there was no government involved in anything. So literally, what would happen for universities is that students could not take out loans to go to college. College would be too expensive for them to go to and pay out of pocket. So if they can't go, colleges will literally have to lower their prices to bring more people in.
Yes, I'm sitting in class. We talk about the invisible hand.
Yeah.
They,
So I mean, there are obviously some
problems with
some minor there are some minor downsides to not having government involvement. But literally, like think about a business, right? You have a business, you could run it however you want because there's no regulations on how you have to treat your workers. But if you're a crappy business, no one would want to work for you, and you're going to go down under.
Right, but however, now businesses are allowed to cartel, and so if every business agrees to treat all their workers the same, so crappily, then where are you gonna go? Right?
Yeah, but I guess if no one went anywhere, then there'd be no money at all to stimulate the economy.
Well, we can talk about invisible hand theory all we want. Let me tell you, it never works out. All right, monopolism.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it would.
Monopolies.
It's just an interesting concept.
Listen, Pareto efficient outcomes sound great on paper, and they look great on paper. May I point this out? But resource endowments are a thing, and the government's job is to try and shift those resource endowments. They break the Pareto efficient outcome for equity, not equality, instead of for equity. No, it's equality. Whatever the point is, the visible hand goes for equalness. Everybody's equal, but doesn't go. I think it's equality and equity. It's a different meaning for equity. Somebody can correct me, or I'll have to correct myself. I'm literally freaking.
Oh, look at it. It's called what? Invisible hand.
Well, okay.
Look.
No. Look up. It's not. I gotta word this correctly so Google picks it up. When Pareto efficient outcomes focus on what does Pareto efficient outcomes focus on? Look up that. And Pareto efficient. Pareto is spelled.
Pareto. Wait, can you spell that?
Let me just say it to Google. Pareto efficiency focuses on what? Not Fredo. Pareto efficient. Oh my God! It can't pick up Pareto.
Yeah, I don't know what that word is. How do you spell that?
I don't know how. Alright, I have to give me a minute here. I gotta try and figure out Pareto.
Here, I'll do some searching. Continue talking about it.
There we go.
Pareto?
Pareto.
Oh, hang on. Repeat that. P-R...
No, Pareets. Or no, sorry, no S. O. No S. O. Pareto
Pareto
efficiency is when the
efficiency?
economy has resources and goals allocated to the maximum level of efficiency, and no challenge can be made without making someone worse off. Every Pareto efficiency exists only in theory. Through the economy and move towards Pareto efficiency. Okay, that was made on Christmas of last year. Pareto efficiency. Okay, Pareto. Efficiency focuses.
It's probably on equality.
Equality, but not Well, I said it focuses on equality, right?
Yeah, you were thinking between equality and equity or something.
Yeah, because there's two E words. It's equality is
Well,
everything.
it seems like equality would make the most sense. You want equality amongst individuals.
Right, but there's a quality to it. I think equity
Equality?
is the quality of
Equality. Equality. I don't know. Equity.
I think it's equity because
I'll read more into it later. But continue talking.
The government's job. Okay, so Pareto efficiency. Nobody's worse off. You're at a point where everybody is equal. You can't make somebody more worse. Sorry, no. I don't freaking whatever the point is. Everybody at this moment where resources cannot be allocated without making somebody worse off. They are maximized.
Yes. You cannot make an individual better without making someone worse.
Right. A government's job is to take those resources and redistribute them so that everybody's more on the same. So you take the rich person and kind of bring him down to the same.
Communism.
Well, that's
communism, right?
No, in communism there is no government. This is
well. Then what was that? Then what was communism in that game rapping ball game we played? You literally made the richest candy person give all their candy away.
No, it was whoever got that card. It just so happened to land on the richest person, which I thought was great. And then he ate the piece of
which happened to me, Will.
He ate
which happened to me.
He
was the richest candy person. He got communism and then ate the paper.
Yeah, but no, so the difference between between this and communism, in communism there is no government. And everybody's the same. Nobody's different, okay? Everybody is the same. There is no invisible hand, okay? People just agree to work together in this perfect utopia. It doesn't work because people aren't... That's not how humans...
It doesn't work because people don't want to be equal.
Right. That's not how humans work, all right? There's competition.
Yes. You naturally want to have leaders, yes. Continue.
This is socialism, what is being proposed. Not socialism, but... Actually, it's just a normal government. It's the bare bones socialism. Socialism, the U.S., whether you want to admit it or not, is more capitalistic than it is socialist compared to other socialist countries, though. However, compared to the invisible hand market, it's more socialist than it is capitalistic. So this is technically socialism, the idea of redistributing goods. And it's necessary because if you let markets run amongst, there's going to be externalities. That's what the government's job is, to fix externalities. These are market.
So socialism is complete government involvement?
So that yeah.
Are socialism and capitalism opposite sides of the spectrum?
Yes, but you're not getting the whole spectrum.
Oh, sure. They're opposite. Okay. Well,
And the spectrum is it's a four-sided spectrum.
It's a four-sided spectrum.
The spectrum.
What is this diagram I can look at? What do I look at?
Look at it's like chaotic good and chaotic evil diagram.
Chaotic good, neutral good.
Yeah,
pure-
and you can use that to put people on the political spectrum, and
Yeah.
it kind of works for this setup as well.
So chaotic.
CH.
CHAOTIC, I think.
Yeah, there's an O.
Say it again. CH.
A
O T.
TIC. How do you
Do
know how to
like
speak?
Oh, chaotic.
Yeah, chaotic.
Aren't they saying chaotic?
No.
Chaotic.
So yeah, well, we're talking about a lot of econ today. I love it. Yeah, but yeah, so you just have to look at where you are in the spectrum. But yes, socialism and capitalism are bare bones opposites, because pure capitalism has no government control. It's laissez-faire,
Yeah.
hands off, the invisible hand.
Yes.
However, that can't work because we have things called externalities, which are market failures when a market just doesn't work. Supply and demand cannot regulate the market because something's not right. Usually it's because somebody has control of the market and they can just manipulate and do whatever they want with it.
And socialism is it complete government involvement?
Yeah, it depends what spectrum of socialism you're on. The U.S. is on a spectrum of socialism. We're at probably
it's a gray area.
It's
not black and white.
So, like, far left socialism would be the government has its hand in everything. China.
Mm-hmm.
A totalitarian state. China or North Korea. They have their hands in every single aspect of the economy, which is why, no matter how strong the yen gets, the world will not switch over to it because it has too much government control, which is why the world still uses the dollar for everything. It's now switching to euros, but uses the dollar for everything because the dollar has like no government intervention. So you know the value of the dollar is the value of the dollar. It can't be manipulated.
Why don't make it like the pound or something?
No.
The
Because
pound.
also the U.S. has the most powerful economy in the world, so of course they would use it. The European Union as a combination of states is kind of also an embarrassment. It's like its stats are comparable to China. Their GDP per capita is half of that of the United States is.
Whose is? Oh, UK?
No, the EU.
Oh, the EU.
UK is like 90,000.
They're not that low, are they?
Yeah.
Really?
30,000. However, here's the thing though. The average US wage is $30,000. The average EU wage is going to be closer to that $30,000 in GDP per capita than the US's, $30,000 to $60,000 range. Showing that the EU is more equal than the United States.
Yeah, we have more one percenters.
We have more one percenters than literally everybody. Because our
We hold the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah, we have a 1% of the 1% that makes more than the 1%. Whatever.
And who's the top? Is Elon the top dog right now, or is Bezos
And
taking over?
Bezos went back up. Did you not see what the markets did this week?
I saw my GameStop went back up.
Did you see what the rest of your stocks did?
Yeah, I saw Tesla crashed.
Yeah, it's too bad we don't have the money to buy that stock this week, because this would be the time.
No, I think it's going to keep going further. I don't think it's done.
No, I'm saying this is the time to buy. Oh, you think it's going to keep crashing?
No, you want to buy when it's lower.
Oh, you think it's going to keep crashing?
I think so. I think it's still too high.
I doubt it. I think that it'll tick back up.
It will. I just think we could milk the system a little longer. And save a few extra pennies before buying.
Also, we don't have the money to buy the stock anyways, so.
We almost could.
Right. Tell you what.
Because what is 700? 700 divided by 3? Or 4? How many of us are interested?
While you do that, new segment time. It's comments. Hey, 308. Nice.
I mean, that's $230? Do you have $230?
yes, but I'd be down to like no money, and I'll explain why I would be down to no money here in a minute. It's comment time though. Okay. Okay, I think this is where the comments start. More land, more money. In parentheses, economics. Farming Simulator 19. Episode 20. Team Denzier commented, nice, of course. John Tobin commented, do you think Rondo has won the sub war? Yes, he did. Mike Manning, your videos have been off recently. School stressing you out? I replied, yes, it has been stressing me out. Wolf Etten, which we missed on the live stream today. I don't know where he was. Get Rondo working. Yeah, I was talking about getting stuff. Actually, I think actually, no, I need to read this one as well. Florian and People, Minecraft Let's Play 32. Wolf Etten commented, still waiting for the end of the Star Wars series. It just posted. So you can go watch it. I guess for you guys, it's already been up. I'm sure you've already watched. Nolan Joyner commented, nice vid. Thank you. Harold of the Purple Crayon, TGIF Talk 61. You're going to finish the Star Wars movies. We just did.
Wait, is his name Harold of the Purple Crayon?
Harold and the Purple Crayon, TGIF Talks 61.
Oh, no, I thought that was the name of the commenter.
No, that was Max K.
That'd be hilarious. You get someone with that username.
His name was Max, but yeah. Anyways, how to become a... so then we're all the way back up, because there weren't that many comments this week. How to become a Chad, TGIFT 61. I cannot say his name. He commented first. Bro, you're like the only person... for one thing, you are the only person that commented on the video. And second, you're like the only person that watched the video. And you didn't even watch it for that long, so... okay. Omeagle's Got Talent, he then commented first again. I cannot say his name. It's AZARYN space DE capital D lowercase e capital G OLIER. Degolier or something? Degoli? Whatever. I don't know. Point is, that's all the comments. However, this was a real life comment somebody told me. They're like, the podcasts are too long. Listen. Whoa, that was a big crack of thunder. I heard it through my headphones.
Oh, here.
What?
Can you hear it?
No, I just heard it.
It just reached me. Wait, is the storm moving, what is that? East? West?
I don't know. I haven't looked at anything.
Northwest?
March is
Southwest?
starting like a lion. A thunderstorm in February. I don't think I've seen a thunderstorm in February since I was like...
You know, this may sound kind of nerdy. I just think like that's so cool. Like the speed of sound difference. How like we're having a conversation via electromagnetic waves to travel at the speed of light.
Oh yeah.
But like we're having a conversation. Like I hear thunder, and then it's like give it a few seconds, and then the delay, the sound finally catches up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That was actually one of Mark Rober's really good videos I liked. He had a video of like
was that the giant
you made a giant horn. That video surprisingly was actually quite good content. Just because like
I said, Mark Rober makes good videos. They just bug me.
Yeah. Because it was a really cool video because he showed the difference between light and sound because he had a conversation with someone over a walkie-talkie, electromagnetic waves or whatever, and then they sounded the horn. He heard the horn through the walkie-talkie, and then it was like a minute no, it wasn't a minute.
Oh, that.
But it was like I think it was 11 seconds because he's 2 hours away.
Yeah.
And so, like 11 seconds later or whatever, you hear the drum. The horn.
Yeah,
It's
I
crazy.
seen that video. I watched it. That's before I realized. That's right when I was like, I'm done with Mark Rober.
Yeah.
He makes good videos. I don't know. He just bugs me.
Now you're gonna see his chipmunk video or a squirrel video. That thing went viral.
I know it did. And, oh my god. Anyways, so no, I think it's I haven't had there hasn't been a thunderstorm in February that I can remember since I was like probably 6. So that just proves how cold it has been for February for the past several years. That there hasn't been a thunderstorm and how cold March has been. And we're finally gonna have like a regular March. We're gonna have thunder at
Will we? I think it's still 6 more weeks of winter.
Screw what Phil said.
Hey! Hey!
Screw both Phils. Anyways, yeah, it was I don't know. But anyway, so I had a comment. Somebody told me, make shorter podcasts. And I've had multiple people say shorter podcasts. Here's the thing. Okay? They're like, why don't you just make one podcast about answering about the comments? I'm like, well, listen to the segments. If you don't want to listen to the whole podcast, listen to the segments. The segments are just short podcasts.
No, that's all they want to hear.
Huh?
Yeah, no, you do make a good point. Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. Watch the segments. If you don't want to watch the whole podcast, watch the segments. Watch your favorite parts.
No, but what if the segments came out first? Then we'd have to wait for the segments.
I don't know. I never thought about that. That would throw.
Yeah. Honestly, that'd probably be cool. Because then it's like, they get pre-exposed to everything. They can literally read. It's like reading the entire book. But it's like, this way, you're giving them a chapter at a time.
However,
so that way they have to...
However, how would this affect the actual performance of the podcast? Because the regular performance of the podcast is very good. It's surprisingly good.
It probably, yeah, you do make a good point. Because once all the segments come out, they probably...
The last 2 highlights, which were, I thought, the most interesting highlights of the rest of the highlights, performed the worst compared to the other highlights, which I thought was interesting. And it always seems to be that way. The boring highlights do better than the good highlights, and I'm like, what? And I'm thinking, like, did the people watch the boring highlights and they're like, oh, so the rest of the podcast is going to be like this? No. But anyways, back to these people asking about this. Listen, if you... Actual podcasts. I don't know what podcasts these people are listening to, but actual podcasts are hours long.
Yeah.
Right? Like HBO.
Yeah, like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, his podcast, like 4 hours.
Yeah. Actual podcasts are hours long. Hours are like a good length. 2 hours is what we've been hitting recently, and we're going to hit it again today. That's a good length of a podcast. And I'll have 2 hours to spend. Well, listen to the highlights. It's the same thing. It's the whole, and then it's split up. You still get the whole. If you want to, they're like, what if I just want to hear the comments? Then watch the comment section. Watch the 3rd segment. Of course, today we read your comments, and then now we're just talking like we normally do. In today's 4th segment, I want to talk about the future of the channel, but I guess we just start the 4th segment. We're going to get into it when we start talking about the podcast. New segment time.
Oh, before I forget, I did want to ask you something.
Well, that's the 4th segment.
This is kind of, this is kind of unrelated to all of it. But my dad was curious. I wanted to ask you, were you able to get stimulus checks?
Kind of, not really. My dad did his math, and he was like, well, it's going to cost me $2,400 to get you $1,200. Like, so you're telling me I'm not going to get the stimulus check? He's like, yeah. However, this next stimulus check that just passed, he's pretty sure I'm going to get it.
Yeah. Did they throw student loans in there or no?
I don't know. I doubt it.
Because that's just kind of one thing that's just been kind of wishy-washy. A lot of people want it to happen, and then Biden doesn't really want it to pass. He doesn't really want to throw student loans in the package. In the bundle.
Did they get? I think the 15's out of it though, right? It got passed. It's passed. This stuff's coming. These checks are coming. Apparently.
No, not the stimulus checks. The debt, student loan debt.
Right, but it was in the economic recovery package, which was the stimulus package. It's
Well,
all
I took it out. It is still in?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
You don't know.
But the package just got passed. I don't know what's in it. I have no idea. All I know is it's passed. The checks are coming. Apparently, that's what my dad said. I don't know. It got passed though, like just the other day. I just told what he said. I don't know if this is true. But the checks are coming. It's coming. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. But that's enough economics for today. If you have more economics questions, you can ask me after the podcast. Fourth segment. So, at what we've already been in, as the weather's warming up, I'm getting excited. The video ideas come rolling back in. That's the irritating part. Right? We gotta this summer. We gotta maximize the amount of videos we can make. I'm talking getting months ahead, so that when the winter hits, we can take a vacation, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to really work that hard. I can just do Omegle bullcrap or videos like that. I don't have to.
Yeah.
We don't have to work very hard. That's
would
where
be nice.
I would like to maximize the amount of videos. Of course, with you moving away potentially, that's gonna be kind of difficult. But
you'll find me on Omegle.
What?
I said we'll find each other on Omegle.
Are you really just gonna hop on Omegle some days?
I thought about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you remember that software I got for the Omegle video or whatever?
Oh yeah.
That was malware.
That was malware.
Yeah, that was malware. Don't download that.
You got it deleted.
I had to wipe my my extensions, so I had to re-download Honey today.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure this is malware. I looked up what malware does. I'm like, this is malware, so I wiped it. I was also supposed to wipe my my computer. I was supposed to restart it and do some stuff, but I didn't want to lose all my tabs.
Yeah, you got to keep those Chrome tabs.
Which I've lost anyway, so I should have just restarted the computer. But it hasn't popped back up, so I should be okay. But yeah, that was malware, and yeah, this is why you get something better than Windows Defender. But whatever. I can't afford it right now. This summer, though, once I get a better job, I will be buying actual antivirus software for my computer.
Well, I mean, the university gives you antivirus software.
Yeah, until May.
Yeah, because my computer still has it.
That's useless for me. I'm like, why would I don't want to get...
Well, I got it because I think you had to have it to log into university Wi-Fi, right?
Well, let me lug my 30 pound computer with me to the university to log in.
Wait, you're talking about your desktop. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was talking about my laptop.
My laptop still has the university's protection.
Yeah, because you have to have university protection to get into Wi-Fi.
Yeah, this malware spreads, though, because if you're logged into your Google account, everything that's logged into gets the malware. So my laptop had the malware. But luckily, though, once you wipe one system, it wipes, because of the way Google works, once you wipe one system, it wipes all of them.
Good.
So the laptop at your place should be okay.
Well, I never downloaded it.
Well, it doesn't. Well, good, because that's not Omegle. That's malware. That's a malware site.
So what is the actual site to go to?
Omegle.com, not Omegle.on.
Oh, is that what it was called?
Yeah, we were on Omegle.on.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound right.
I felt like a boomer downloading malware. I was like, I'm an idiot. But it was the first time, and I didn't want to look up instructions. I didn't feel like it wasn't gonna be that difficult. And well,
At least you know now.
I now know. But luckily, malware's pretty harmless. If you get rid of it quick enough, it's pretty harmless. I didn't do anything sensitive on any of my stuff when I had it, so should be good. Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, future of the channel. So like this summer, a live stream podcast. You down for this? Friday nights?
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
This summer, you down for live streaming podcasts Friday nights?
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know about Friday night specifically.
But that's TGIF Talks. It's
Friday.
Friday.
You got plans Friday night?
You're moving away, and
Wait. Does this have to count Friday night? Like, could it be like 4?
Like 4 p.m. Well, I mean, we're gonna have jobs. Remember?
Yeah.
We're
Well,
working.
like usually I hang out with friends. You know, Friday night at like 8.
You're moving away.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have those friends. You have to make new friends.
Well, no, I mean, but until then.
Well, you made it sound like you're moving away in May, and so that's when this is starting. May.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I
then
don't
it
know
defeats
what
the
I'm
purpose
moving
of it
away.
being called TGF Talks.
No, I can't move away in May. I'm paying rent until July.
I thought you were gonna sublet.
What?
I thought you were gonna sublet.
Sublet. What's have someone else take care of my rent?
Yeah, and they live in that space for you.
No.
Oh, why not?
No, I plan on living here till at least July.
So you're gonna keep working at Hy-Vee until July?
Yeah, probably.
Ooh, rough.
Yeah. But hopefully that's the maximum. I mean, I don't plan on working there much longer. Literally, people are starting to leave by the dozens. Two full-timers have left.
There's
One of our, like, I guess, dairy manager. He's not really a manager, but he's just kind of like in charge of like dairy area.
Do they have jobs lined up already? I'm hoping they do.
Yeah, they have jobs lined up. Well, one of them is actually retiring.
Oh, well, that doesn't count.
But he's quitting.
That doesn't count.
He's a full-timer.
He doesn't count. He's a boomer. Boomers don't count.
But he's
a
literally
boomer.
makes.
Boomers aren't people.
No. But what I'm trying to say though is that he literally takes 40 hours a week of the hours that we're allowed to allocate to each department.
Okay, but in the people who have jobs lined up, he is a boomer. He doesn't count. In the context of the conversation, he's a boomer. He doesn't count.
Sure. And in that aspect, I guess, yeah, he doesn't count.
You think your store's falling apart? My department at my work is falling apart. So like literally this fall. So like this spring, they're losing me and the other part timer. We already lost our full timer. Currently, isn't even our full timer. He technically works in building materials, so he's only here temporary anyways. The department at some point, probably by the end of 2021, will be merging with building materials. And so therefore, the department is like on a sinking ship. Our manager, I'm pretty sure, has a job lined up already because he does not care about crap at the moment. Our assistant manager, we just got a new one. The other one left because he knew we were on a sinking ship. He just left to go work at hardware. And so we just hired this new assistant manager, and we have this one last part-timer left. But I think he's going to start student teaching here this fall. Mm-hmm. So he's gone. Goodbye. You know, he's going to be gone this fall too. So like we're down to like to nobody. And so it's like the department's a sinking ship, and I feel bad for anybody that gets hired this summer to replace me and the other 2 part-timers because they're on a sinking ship. That ship, it hit the iceberg and people are bailing. You know. Oh wait, this is 2021. There are no icebergs. Hit the rocks where the beach used to be. You know. Global warming. Nobody liked my joke, apparently. Hello?
What?
Did you like my joke?
Sorry. What?
The joke was like, oh, the ship hit an iceberg. And I was like, well, no, it's 2021. There are no icebergs. It hit a shallow rock where the beach used to be.
Yes.
It hit a shallow rock where the beach used to be. Kind of like that cruise ship.
The Concorde. The
Concordia.
Concordia.
The Concordia.
Concordia. Wait, did you see that video?
No.
Oh, there was a video that went viral on YouTube about it was like 45 minutes long, but it's all about the Concordia.
I mean, I've probably seen it. Like, I saw.
It's actually a really cool video.
I saw all kinds of documentaries about it when that happened.
Because like it literally talks about like how everything all went down, like everything that like all the warnings that Captain got or whatever, and then it talked about like the accident itself, about them hitting the rock, and then it went into detail to talk about like all the court cases and everything, because it was a big ordeal, because literally the captain fled the ship. The captain is supposed to be the last person to leave the ship, and he left in the middle of all the chaos.
Of course he did.
Because he's a coward.
Yeah, he went to prison, I bet.
Yep. And literally there was someone else that they're trying to subpoena because they wanted to get more information from, and he literally like went off the grid.
Oh
he
my
literally
God.
went off the grid because they tried to subpoena him. They found him once, and then they tried to get him to go to court, and he left again. And he has not been found since. He is literally off the grid, living somewhere.
Maine.
And they're trying to subpoena him, and like I don't know.
He's in Maine.
I guess it's worthless now because I can't find him.
Hey, he's in Maine.
Yeah. He's in Moscow, Maine. Let me go tell the authorities.
Just chilling. We just go up there and we're just like, you look familiar.
So who are you? Oh yeah, I'm chilling from the Concordia. Yeah, we literally go to Moscow, Maine. It's literally just this entire town of people that have fled for a variety of crimes.
Well, do you remember?
So what'd you do? Oh, I crashed my car without a visible license plate.
Did you have you seen? Do you remember that? Have you seen that episode of The Detour, where they go up to Alaska and they move to this small town? They're like trying to keep their cover, and like everybody in the town is like a felon.
I think I've seen like one episode of The Detour, and I don't think that's it.
Oh. Well, in this episode, they move to this town. It's like the start of season 2, I think. Season 2 or 3. And they moved to this town in Alaska to, get away from the feds for mail fraud. And they get up there, and everybody's there for the same reason. Because, like, he was a roller coaster engineer, but he was actually a semi-pro hockey player. So, or actually, no, he worked for he was a marketer, but he also played hockey.
Okay.
And so he didn't know a thing, and this roller coaster got out of control, and so they're asking him to fix it. And then also his wife was supposed to be, I don't remember, but she was supposed to have some important job that played a role in this roller coaster thing. And so like everybody's asking him to do these things, and they don't know what they're doing, and they have to confess before the roller coaster kills everybody. That's not why they're there, and the whole town's like, oh, bro, that's everybody here. Nobody cares. And their son, and the mayor is a llama, and their son, and the way to become mayor is through a grain eating competition. So their son, Jerub, not Jared, Jerub, it's with a B.
Jerub.
Which
I'm
actually
name my kid Jerub. No, Jerub and Schwan.
So, anyways, Jerub, their kid, has a grain eating competition with the llama, or maybe it was an alpaca, and wins. And the alpaca or llama, the bear, dies, and so he becomes the mayor. Spoilers for The Detour. I'm sorry.
Oh wait, I think I heard about this.
Yeah, so the kid becomes mayor.
Yeah, I heard about this. This grain eating competition with the llama. The llama becomes mayor. Yeah.
Well, the kid becomes the mayor. The llama dies. He becomes the mayor. He gets like these hoes who are his secretaries to do his bidding. He has money and power now in this small Alaskan town. It's ridiculous. And then his dad.
I do remember that
actually,
now.
then his mom and dad actually get married at the end of the season, and the dad's mom calls him a cuck.
Can we say that word?
I'm saying it. I don't care. We should only say it once, but I'm gonna say it. Yeah.
Okay. You took it out of all. We can't say it anymore.
We're saying it once. Now.
Slut damn hell is all we're allowed now.
Truth be told, your name was on the last podcast, and I couldn't be bothered to go and censor it out because it was in the middle of the podcast somewhere, so I just left it in. You can blame,
What?
You can blame Will. Dude, my name's everywhere as well. The only person whose name isn't anywhere is Kyle's.
Ha. By the way,
I definitely said it before, but I'm sure you censored it.
By the way, I'm gonna be leaving. I have work tomorrow morning.
I was wondering when you were gonna leave.
I was gonna leave at 9, but you two wouldn't end the podcast, so I'm gonna leave.
Dude, we were in the second segment at 9. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
See ya. Have a good night.
Anyways,
He's
now
gone.
it's just the two of us. He's gone.
Yep.
What a pain in the butt. I hate Kyle. I'm kidding. Anyways,
Sir?
back to the discussion. So yeah, the Detour, great show.
His parents get married.
What?
His parents get married in the end of
Yeah,
what, season
and-
1?
Yeah, that's season 2. Season 1 is
Slow.
well, no, season 1 is where they go on a family vacation because he lost his job.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And the last season, before I think it's canceled. I don't know. I guess I haven't seen. I should go see if it's on Hulu. Ooh, that'd be a good show to binge. It's a good show. It's really good actually. And the last season, they're in Russia, and he gets blown up.
Actually, no. You know what we should watch?
What?
I'm gonna try to find it on. Actually, I'm gonna do it right now on Netflix. Thelma and Louise. It's a really old movie from like the 90s or something. 1991. But our aunt, she compared us to
Oh god.
these two people because they literally just go on random road trips.
Okay. Well,
Apparently, and it's kind of a comedy. But I was gonna watch it because it just seemed like because she always brings up the reference or whatever.
we should.
And I was like, oh, I should probably watch that so I can get her references.
we should watch it together on a Discord call, and I'll record it, and we can leave our commentary.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Would be cool.
You could do it tonight.
No, I have to. No. Okay.
All right,
so
next weekend.
No.
Well, I mean, I literally have 2 weeks that I can't work.
Well, in 2 weeks.
Oh, I don't think it's on. Oh, it's not.
What's it on?
It's not on Netflix.
What's it on?
Oh, I could I could log into your Prime.
But just Google it. Just go on Google and be like, who's streaming Velma and Louise? Anyways,
Streaming.
so future of the channel, that's the whole point of the freaking 4th segment, is that the content train.
Oh, it's on Hulu. Do you have Hulu?
My roommates do, and I can log into it.
It's also on Vudu.
Is it free on Vudu right now?
Oh no, it's $3.99 on
I'm
Vudu.
not paying for Velma and Louise. Not paying for a video. The point is,
It's on Hulu Premium.
okay, I'll just use Rondo's login. That's fine.
So will he be able to give me login so I can watch it from my computer?
No, I'll share my screen in Discord.
Oh yeah, that'll work too. Yeah.
It'll be crappy quality, but
What?
I can't
So
stream.
you get good. You get good quality, and I get whatever.
You're on quarantine, okay, boy. I would agree. I would arrange for us to go to your parents' house, and then we could just record it there. But you're in quarantine, so no.
You got.
you got
Well,
to
I mean, I
do-
was just gonna suggest you, give me that password. that login.
I don't have it.
Yeah.
And he's logged into
No, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, if you're able to get it though, or whatever, get him to sign into something and then screen record. I mean, that'll be fine too. I'll just get into Discord and just watch the stream.
Yeah. So, anyways, okay. So back to this discussion. So the content train this summer, and like literally until I burn out or until we make it big, will be unreal.
Wait, no, it is Amazon Prime.
Oh.
It is on Amazon Prime.
Well, perfect. We'll just log into my Amazon Prime and watch it.
So we can watch it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can just leave our commentary.
Yeah. Anyways, so okay. So.
Wait, do you have to buy it though? Is it $3.99?
If you.
Or is that because I not signed into Prime?
I don't know. Point is, I pay for one service, and that's Amazon Prime, and I love it. I haven't used it that much actually recently. I haven't really used it at all. I'm literally paying for it and doing nothing with it, but that's fine. I don't really care.
That's fine.
It's nice when you have it though. You know, when I need to buy something, like, oh, I need this for a video, I can get it in 2 days.
Oh no, we do. It's rent for $3.99 or buy for $13.99.
Oh my god, I'll go buy it on Vudu.
Rentals include 30 days to watch the video, and 30 days to start watching and 48 hours to finish.
That's horrible.
This is on Prime.
That's horrible. We're not doing that. Anyways, back to the con.
Okay. I guess we'll just do that Voodoo. That works, whatever.
Or we'll Hulu. Anyways.
Hulu. Whatever you call it. Well, yeah, Voodoo costs money. Yeah, Hulu.
Yeah. Back to the conversation, though. The content train. I want to do weekly podcasts again. I mean, if we can't live stream them because you'll be wanting to go hang with friends on Fridays, that's fine. We can still record them Saturday night or whenever you're available. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, if we get the chance, we gotta do a stream, live podcast stream. That'd be cool.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you know, what we could do is we do a podcast. You gotta think about this. Because of the way that wouldn't work. I was like, we could do like a pre-recorded every other week. And then the other week we do a stream. However, that means we stream Friday, record Saturday for next week. And I'm like, that doesn't work. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that doesn't work. So, I don't know. Rebrand?
Wait, what is it that you watch? Wait. What service do you watch WandaVision on?
Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, this probably won't be on Disney Plus.
It's not a Disney movie.
My roommate has Disney Plus, so I'm watching it too.
You've been watching WandaVision?
I have. I feel bad for Kyle since he has no way to watch it.
I know. Your parents are big. Or stingent. Only.
Yeah, I didn't realize that's where that sword thing came from.
Yeah.
When you sent that in the group
Did you see Sundays?
chat, I had no idea.
Did you see Sundays then? Did you see
Fridays?
Did you see Fridays? Sorry, my bad. Did you see Fridays?
Yeah, I watched it yesterday.
Spoilers. What did you think of it? Well, that's what we'll comment this fourth segment. We'll do a quick little review.
I mean, do you want to end the podcast so we can just talk about it without spoilers?
No, I don't care. This is gonna give me views. Reviewing the latest episode of WandaVision for the fourth segment. It'll be like 50 minutes long before they actually get to it. We'll make it like 5 minutes. We'll just make it quick. What did you think of it? It was good.
It's good, yeah.
So my roommate thinks the whole thing's kind of weird. He doesn't really like the series. He's like, he thinks they're okay. It's just kind of weird. He doesn't like Marvel in general. But like, I
can't wait till the new series Agatha All Along comes out.
That's a series coming out.
No, it's a joke.
Oh.
Because you remember at the end of the last episode or whatever, how it says Agatha all along?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I was making that joke with them. I was like, yeah, now there's gonna be a new series called Agatha All Along.
Yeah. But I thought I really liked the every decade type thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they had so the Dick Van Dyke Show, I think, was the first one they were parodying. And
Yeah,
then,
so I didn't get some of those references, but like I had a friend that watches it as well, and he was telling me that each one of these they pull from like a different like decade. I think Modern Family was one of them or whatever.
so they had Malcolm in the Middle for early 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had Modern Family for like the Halloween one.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought was really cool, just all these references, and I got some of the references, like with like I didn't realize it was the Dick Van Dyke Show. I always think it was Bewitched, which or I Dream a Genie.
Oh yeah.
Which I want to watch I Dream a Genie. It did not age well, but I want to watch it. I'm very curious.
Mm-hmm.
When I say I Dream a Genie, all my relatives, like their faces light up like, how do you know about that show? And I'm like, I watched it when I was
I
a
Dream a
kid.
Genie.
I watched like 1 or 2 episodes when I was a kid. I didn't like it
I
because it was
think
black and white. But
I don't know what is the oldest show I've seen. Alf.
have you watched
Alf.
have-
Alf is pretty old.
It's 80s. Did I never show you an episode of Gilligan's Island?
No, I've seen the movie.
Wow. No, wait. Okay, oldest movie or oldest show?
No, it was the newer movie that came out, the remake.
There wasn't a Gilligan's Island remake.
Oh, well, whatever the first one that came out in the 2000s.
Are you talking about?
Or no, wait, what was it called? Was it Gilligan's Island?
What are you talking about?
You're talking about Gilligan's Island, the TV show, right?
From the 60s?
Yes, but isn't there a movie?
No. Are you talking about Castaway?
No.
Or are you talking about
It's the movie it's the movie with Jack Black. How he gets sent to like this island with a bunch of tiny people.
That's
Gulliver's Travel.
That's based off of a book.
Oh, that's Gulliver's Travel. That's something completely different.
Yeah. No, what's the oldest show you've watched? Probably Alf. Did you
Right,
not?
Alf.
Have you not ever watched the Andy Griffin Show?
No, Andy Griffin. I don't think so.
Okay. Jesus, I guess I've seen, I've seen bits and pieces of old Bonanza as well. I'd say the oldest, probably the old westerns. I've seen some of the old Bonanza. I've seen some of Bonanzas and stuff. The oldest movie though. What's the oldest movie you can think of you've seen?
Wizard of Oz.
Yep, I was gonna say Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
However, I wonder what. Yeah, Wizard of Oz.
What? You said You said, however, I wonder.
I wonder. Hold on. I actually want to rewatch this movie. Okay, 57. Oh yeah, Wizard of Oz predates it.
Wizard of Oz was like 39. It's super old.
Yeah, I was thinking 12 Angry Men predated it because it was in black and white, but
No, that was like the 50s.
yeah, 1957. Have you seen 12
Yeah.
Angry Men?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, yeah, I've seen 12 Angry Men as well. I had to watch it for a class.
Yeah, I think I had to watch it as well.
Good movie.
Yeah, I think it was during I took a class called Law and Lit, and we watched a lot of TV shows because basically Law and Lit is basically we watch movies, read books, and TV shows, and they write papers about it. It's like we watched Law and Order. We watched several episodes of Law and Order, and we write papers about it. We watched
Oh, I love Law and Order.
We watched some other movies. But I'm pretty sure 12 Angry Men was one of them. And then we also read some like murder mystery books too, and we had to write papers about them.
Did you ever
Oh,
watch?
it was.
Did
I think one of them was what's it called? Minority Report. That was one of them.
did I have I never showed you All in the Family or Sanford and Son?
No.
Kids, I'm into really old shows. If you can't notice, I liked
Yeah.
I liked Gilligan's Island. I watched pretty much every episode. I wanted to buy it, but on DVD, but I was like, it's not good enough for that. All in the Family's probably good enough to buy it on all DVDs. I kind of got sick of it though, because I was kind of just tired of listening to Archie yell at his son-in-law for every episode. I was like, I can't watch this every episode. Sanford and Son though, I love me some Sanford and Son. Red Fox, what a guy. Anyways, whoa, we have broken our podcast record, my friend.
What are we at?
2 hours and 5 minutes. Wow. Anyways,
It's a long one. Maybe this is what they don't like. It just keeps getting longer and longer.
well, that's because we don't have a natural limiter anymore. Anyways, I don't know what I'm going to title this fourth segment because it was supposed to be about the future of the channel, and then
It's supposed to be a WandaVision too.
and we're supposed to talk about WandaVision. I'll probably still title it WandaVision just for the clicks.
Random commentary.
And it's just random commentary about
WandaVision movies and more.
Yeah. Anyways, look forward to this summer. I don't know what they're going to look like. I want to do live podcasts, but because of Phil's schedule and because of the fact that I want to do weekly podcasts, I don't know if it's going to work out. Maybe we'll do like a TGIF Talks After Dark or something, and that one we can do on stream on a Saturday. So then
Maybe we can work something
weekly
out. Yeah.
podcast makes sense. Will make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have to. So then we don't have to stream. So like we do so we record one. It still won't work if we're doing weekly podcasts. But maybe once a week or whatever, we have TGIF Talks After Dark. So it's TGIFT After Dark. It's just lengthening the acronym to which I got. So it's TGIFT AD will be the little part I slap at the end of each video. And we can stream those like on a Wednesday night or something, like after we get off work.
Ah, yeah.
And those can be the live streams or something. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, that's what we can name the philosophy series.
What?
So I wanted to bring the philosophy series back, but I wanted to do live streams because I feel like we get a lot more interaction, we can get a lot more answers, and we can have and then we can have commenters hop on the Discord. And share their thoughts. And I was like, this is a really cool idea. I had the idea. I'm like, this is a really cool idea. We could bring the philosophy series back. I thought live streams is the way to bring it back. And I think this summer, when I have the time, TGIF Talks After Dark will be all about philosophy. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you stick around. This summer is going to be awesome. As for the regular content, I don't know what the regular science videos are going to look like. I don't know anymore.
They're all gonna be Omegle.
Just everything's just Omegle. I've given up on the science thing. Yeah, nah, I'm not giving up on science. I still do love doing random experiments and that kind of stuff. Science
and road trips
for science. I gotta end this podcast, but look forward to this summer. A lot of exciting stuff is coming up. TGIF Talks After Dark. The pilot episode will be I Do Not Want. It'll be a second podcast. We'll have two podcasts. We'll have TGIF Talks, which will be weekly, and then we'll have the philosophy series, which will be running. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Probably. Thank God it's Wednesday or something. That's what we call it. Thank God it's Wednesday. On Wednesday. TGIFW.
Philosophy Thursday. Philosophy Saturday?
No. What we could call it is Thank God It's After Dark. TGI After Dark. Thank God it's after. Yes.
Oh no, I was hoping it's AM.
After 9?
What?
No, after 9.
Because you know, like the acronym AF. You know, as
Oh.
yes, you know.
After 5.
After 5. Oh yes, yeah, that works. Yeah.
Which would work because we would get off work at 5
Yeah.
and we do the podcast that night. Thank God. TGIAF. Thank
No,
God it's after
no.
5.
Wait. What day is this on?
Wednesday. We can do it on Wednesdays.
TGIWAF.
Thank God it's Wednesday after 5. No, I think just thank God it's after 5 works really well.
Yeah. TGIAF.
TGIAF coming at you. And then we don't have to do it. It doesn't have to be Wednesday. It can be any day of the week, but Friday.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
And so how do you communicate this?
What do you mean? Oh,
Well, cause like, what if it changes week to week what day it is? So you need to find a way to communicate till you can get commenters.
well, you and I will make a schedule every week or so, or every 3 weeks or whatever.
We'll make it weeks in advance. Okay.
Yeah, that way
That
you
works.
can plan when you do your social events. Because I don't have a life.
Yeah. That works.
I don't have a social life. If I move to
He doesn't
York,
have a life.
I will be alone. Yeah. See this smile? It's fake about that right now. Anyways, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcast every other Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time for the time being. But stay tuned to this summer. Could be great. Any last words, Phil?
Goodbye.
And good night.